as you begin to work more and more on refining your sense of pitch, three things become very, very important. First, it's important to understand what it is you need to hear. If you're working with a melody that you know, or a new one that you're trying to work on, you obviously are listening to some sort of version of it. And it's important that you understand what you're hearing. Then, it's important that you be able to repeat it, that is, to play what you hear, to play that melody or that sequence of notes in a way that sounds like the original melody. And third, to evaluate what you hear. And we do this by recording practice sessions and listening to them to see if what we thought we heard can be said to match what you see yourself playing. Can you understand what you hear? Can you play what you hear? And then can you evaluate the recording of yourself playing to see if what you heard was correct? The way we do it is by doing simple pitch exercises. You've already done two, one with a sequence where you've been able to hear it, one with a random sequence. Now we're going to work with more complex sequences, and for this what I'd suggest you do is play along with me however many times you need to. It's okay to follow me. We're going to go slowly with all of these. Play along with me. I'll always let you know when it's time to pause. The actual objective of this is to play along as much as you'd like, but when you feel comfortable, listen to what I'm doing, pause the video, and try to play precisely what you've heard. Match the octaves, match whatever the rhythm might be, which is going to be pretty elementary, and match the speed, and above all, match the pitch. So let's get going. Here's our first sequence. Let's just do a simple scale. Ha! Would help if I turn it up. There we go. Just a simple scale. I'm going to start, as you'll find, I always advocate starting at a random point. Keep your hand down so that the theremin is silent, and lift up the volume hand anywhere once you've situated your hand. Here we go. I'm starting here. You can rewind the video and listen to that a couple of times, play along with it if you like, but the main thing to do is pause it and play that sequence. Here's another sequence. Longer sequence. All it is ascending in thirds. Pause it. Follow me as much as you'd like. Match those pitches. Then record yourself doing it solo. See if you can do it. Let's try another one. I'll go even slower this time. It's a bit tricky. Lift up at a point. Listen to it a number of times. Try playing along with me. Then record yourself solo. While we're working on this, please refrain from listening to any of your recordings until you've done all of this tutorial. Then, I would recommend going back to the beginning of the tutorial, trying it again. Here's another sequence. Give it a try. Take as many times as you need playing along with me or just going along and pausing the video. Really listen, really try to match those pitches. Now let's try some descending sequences where we're going from high to low as opposed to low to high. See if you can match this. Bit more challenging because it's going in irregular intervals as opposed to always in fourths or always in thirds. Let's try another one. Can you match these pitches? One last time, and remember, do this as many times as you need to, where you actually play along with me if you like. Practice it as many times as you need to, but be sure to record yourself. Be sure to make a recording and listen to it once you've finished this last piece. Then have a friend sit with you too and listen to it together. See if the friend agrees with you about whether you've been able to match these pitches. Remember, when you're practicing like this, there is never right or wrong. There's only what works, and you may have gotten some of them and missed others. There's only what works and what works better. We're always looking for what works better, even if you do it perfectly. In terms of matching these pitches, as you progress, what you do will work better. The method you use to hunt for these pitches will work better. Your ability to match them quicker and hear them more accurately will work better. So, last one. This is going to be a combination of ascending, descending, and different types of intervals. I'll go very slowly, match the pitches. very difficult to memorize, but it's possible. That one was meant to really push you to a limit. So, work on these 3-4 times minimum until you really begin to see and hear your own progress. So that the recording that you make after the first attempt to match all of these, and the recording you make after the 4th attempt to match all of these, will really show measurable progress. One more pitch game to go. See you next time.